when is it, bro? We don't have to worry about the stealing jobs. Watch like in a week, like steals everyone's jobs.
Nobody. But like, what's the problem with it stealing jobs? Why do you want
Fine.
to work?
Yeah, seriously, that's life.
For fun, dude.
Yeah,
Hello and welcome to the Keep It Simple podcast, where we make tech make sense. I'm Sako,
I'm Rafa.
and today we've got a special treat for you, mainly because there's lots of funny things going on with this really big company that no one's really ever heard of, but they're called OpenAI.
Never heard of them.
And so we're going to go over their new image generator, which is a pretty big deal.
Is it new or is it updated of what there already was?
So it's technically, it's not fully implemented yet. However, we do have access to it.
Because of our connections.
Everyone. Yeah, I mean, yeah, only us, no one else. It is it's like a remake of what they already were trying to get, but it actually works this time. And we'll show you and talk about it more. We're also going to take a little look into the current kind of usage and the breakdown of what people are using AI for, and it's trending in a good direction. It's trending in a direction which makes me feel better.
Not an evil direction?
Not an evil direction, but it's more like people's usage of AI.
Yeah.
Remember how we were saying like teachers should be using AI?
Yeah.
I'm going to spoil it a little. They're actually using AI.
Wow.
So
they are actually using their brain?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so we're also going to be talking about some new advancements, some weird news about AI and kind of things that would be cool. But before we do, last episode, we said we're going to have
a bit of a challenge, yeah.
Yeah. And now I feel confident that I'm going to get a hug.
Yeah.
But you're the ones that are going to be deciding who gets the hug. Because you're going to have to vote down below. And on our social media pages.
Yeah. 2 in a row. If I get 2 hugs in a row, it'll be crazy. But yours doesn't look good. Resign. But I think I can use bribing.
Bribery? Were you going to show everyone your pecs?
Yeah. I'll let you touch him if you vote for me.
There you go. So yeah, let's hop right into it. But before we do, I know I already said this already, but thank you all for watching. And we're huge fans that you're consistently coming back to watch the episodes. It's really cool to have people reach out to us and be like, hey, that episode was interesting. I really like this part.
Yeah.
The first time someone like emailed me, or every time I get like a text message about it, I get so hyped.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much for watching the podcast. If you do enjoy it, please leave a like down below, some comments, let us know. And yeah, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you know, even though it's every single Monday morning that we post, that we have new episodes out. So yeah, let's get into that little competition.
And also your criticisms. That's also helpful too, yeah.
No, don't criticize me, but I'm sure Rafa
just
makes
me.
Tons of mistakes.
Song was perfect.
But yeah, this time, we're going to make a huge change because someone let us know last time that the video was out of sync with what we were doing.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, we're going to be screen recording what we actually see so that you guys can actually see what we're like real time.
Yeah, screen recording technology just released in the midst of from last episode to this episode. Mm-hmm. So now we can do it.
Some crazy stuff.
Thanks, AI.
Yeah, shout out. All right, let's hop right in. We're going to start the screen recording.
I saw a snippet of yours, and it did look pretty cool.
Thank you.
It was more creative.
17 minutes. Yeah, I guess we're starting with mine. It's called Mars Explorer 3D.
Oh,
so
I wonder how many dimensions there
are. 3.5 feet. So this is version 35. The latest is 41, but 41 doesn't work as well, and I kind of gave up on life after 41.
Yeah, it started messing up, started glitching.
Yeah, so we started off with a top-down action-adventure game. So it was 2D. Well, actually, I can...
Yeah, what if you could show it?
I can show you
some of
where
the ones
it
that
started.
You know are good. Version 1?
This is version 1. This is the original of what it gave.
Without 3D. Mars Explorer.
Oh, it actually, hold on. Version 2. Version 1 was incomplete.
It was just a loading screen.
Yeah, so this is version 1.
Look at that.
Let me get...
That's something.
A little keyboard. Do you want to play the game?
Yeah, absolutely.
WASD and then the clicker to shoot, but I'll do the clicker. Hold on. Go for it.
Oof.
It's not the clicker to shoot. Spacebar
You're
to
gonna
shoot.
kill me. You're gonna kill.
Yeah, get him. So this was version 2 of Mars
I already
Explorer.
see that there's the oxygen and health bar.
Yes, sir.
And I just picked up oxygen.
All this terrain and enemies. Those beautiful. Oh, you're gonna get killed! Run, boy!
Call of Duty zombies coming in.
There you go. See the training.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, you can refill your oxygen tank, so like it's a little bit more intense. The exit's at the bottom right corner if you want to go to the next level.
Oh.
And all of this was made by the AI. All I told it was to make a top-down.
Oh, there's levels.
Yes, sir, dude. It's really cool.
It seems like it did actually get more difficult.
Yeah, it looks way more intense. So the AI added itself obstacles. It added enemies. See, there's actually a triangle enemy now, which wasn't there. In the you're out of oxygen, you're gonna die.
Oh my!
Be careful. But yeah, this was all made in a solid 40 seconds, and it's multiple levels. I haven't finished the game yet because
imagine putting more time into this, bro. I think this is so cool.
Mm-hmm. It's actually the coolest.
Knowing that, like,
you have to collect the purple squares to move forward.
Oh, bro, I don't know the lore, but knowing that just you made this and. That's what makes it even cooler.
Yeah, so this is a whole game completely made by AI.
It actually does get more like.
Yeah, dude, and there's see. Your oxygen also depletes faster as you go, and this was all implementations made by the AI.
Okay, the speed of these. Yeah,
remember when you said, "Hey, you should make them faster"?
Okay. Homie stuck on me. Okay, this isn't. You need. Nerf the triangles, bro. I'm dead. That was crazy.
That was a good score. Congratulations,
thank
sir.
you very much.
So yeah, that was version 2. This is where it started with. This is what the AI came up with all on its own.
For version 2, I mean, this is very good.
Yeah,
there's the detail. It actually getting more difficult as you go.
Mm-hmm. Fast forwarding 35 points.
Was there anything in the middle of it that was at all interesting, or no?
So much pain and suffering in the middle of it. Because my very next question was, great, let's make it 3D. And
big jump.
That's what took forever in all of these texts and stuff. But version 35 is the last 3D version that works. It adds actual models for the player, but not for the enemies, because the enemy models were still circles and triangles.
Yeah.
But let's see how well you do here.
Same controls?
Same exact controls. I lied. It was the clicker.
Oh.
I don't know when we changed.
Look at that.
But yeah, it's 3D little models. You got 8-dimensional movement.
Don't let me die here.
And it has like splash effects on takedown.
Wow, it does actually. Mm-hmm. Let's see this guy.
We got realistic Martian textures.
Like a blood splatter a little bit.
Yes, sir. So yeah, this is the latest game. It took a solid 17 minutes altogether to code, and by code I mean ask questions to AI. If you hold shift, you sprint.
There you go.
Oh, you're brave.
Oh.
But yeah, it's the same exact game you were playing earlier, just on a 3-dimensional map. That's it. And all of these, if you look into the coding of it, the enemies have their own assets basically. So if you want to make a 3D model of a bad guy, what is that? Is that where you refill your oxygen?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, it is. I pressed E and it worked.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying?
Yeah, they've got their own
3D model of it.
If you want to download a 3D model of a Martian online,
and then you put it into the code.
Slap it in. I'm sure our AI can replace it, and then you have an even better looking game.
Wow. I mean, look at the little reflection of where the light source is.
Mm-hmm. You got your own shadow there
too.
The bullet trajectory,
Yeah. I mean, this is pretty cool, bro. For only, again, I'm sure you didn't put a crazy amount of time in it, and I could just see where someone with putting actual time in it and knowing minimal amount of of coding could actually make a fun game that is replayable, or even story based, because a story based game doesn't have to be all super graphics. If it's just a good story or whatever it may be.
Implement some AI voices in there,
That's true, yeah. But even the texture that it's made to be more 3D instead of flat. Like, just gives a little bit of depth to it.
It really does. I think the shadows are my favorite thing, and like the
Yeah.
guy has his own backpack. He's like an actual astronaut. Um, so yeah, let's see what you came up with, Ross. Guide us through.
But yours looks cooler.
Does it really though?
I
But it's
think
not
so.
about cooler. It's about the replayability aspect.
Um, well, mine is a Tron-like game because
I can't wait to play.
oh yeah,
The
you're
second I
playing.
saw this,
Because I remember in high school or middle school, it was like a browser game that was just like exactly like a Tron game where just you can't crash into someone else's light or your own light and you die, and it was just about just capturing space.
that's pretty
And
cool.
I was just seeing how well it can make it. Um, I think we can go back to a previous version to quickly check it out. This is 34.
Nice. I'm glad we were both really high up there.
Yeah. Is there,
There should be a version 1 if you scroll. Interesting. Maybe if you scroll all the way to the top of the text on the left.
oh, let's go up here. But yeah, it did start similarly as a 2D.
Nice.
Let me see if this will show it.
Oh,
Like this. Yeah, and it actually works for you and
well, that's really easy.
just capturing space.
Oh, I
And
like how Green was already getting rid of himself
yep,
for us.
he just deleted himself. And for this was the first version, and I was already surprised that like this is exactly what I was like having in mind. Obviously, just in a more detailed
Uh
manner,
huh.
and it did actually do it. And 34 light years ahead, where I made it 3D and made it just a bigger map a
Oh,
little
we
bit.
got more enemies. It looks like too.
Yeah, I also wanted it to be first person and third person, or actually, I told it to be first person, and it just added first person as well as third person,
Hmm.
or like I don't know what you would call this view, just like a map view,
Yeah, this is
a
like a
third
top-down
person
bird's eye.
and the first person, and you could just switch through them, and added more players, added more map. Oh, start game,
Thanks.
and then
You were just really
yeah,
boring me here.
and
How do
it
I
space,
space to toggle?
and then you're in first person.
Am I an
Where
actual bike? Ah.
yeah, where it kind of looks like a car, but it was something where I wanted to be inside
Uh-huh.
because it was just a line, and they added some kind of model to it. It looks
Oh,
like
okay.
car, and then yeah,
Hey.
the first person is very zoomed in, and then
Yeah, it's like asking to lose with first.
and he trapped you.
The AI outplayed
You're
me.
good.
Oh,
Wow.
that's crazy.
Yeah, but it seems like a fun game to retry, or especially if it's like Agario or Snake IO, those
Oh, we can
browser
make it
games.
multiple players.
Yeah, and it's just like a really big map, and whoever wants because it's like easily accessible because it's a browser. I can imagine this like being played by a large party of people. Just
That does sound pretty cool.
mhm.
It sounds like you can make your own brand of. I'm so glad that the AIs crashed into each other. I was gonna be made look like a fool again. But this is really cool. I really like the ability to switch different
The
POVs.
angles. Yeah, the first person.
I especially like this one.
Yeah, this one's a good one because
I want to find out what these random houses are, but
I think they're just the character models just stuck there because that's what it looks like.
okay.
And again, I didn't put a crazy amount of time in there. Probably like an hour and a half, and a lot of times it was like either a big jump of it doing something perfectly, or 30 minutes of it messing up everything he already did, and
Yeah.
me being like, "Can you please go back to where you were
Yeah, man,
and
that was the biggest
and
pain.
just stay there?" Yeah.
Um,
But I'm sure if you just keep giving it prompts, and if you um, give it detailed things to do instead of a super vague one,
uh-huh.
it'll be better at it.
That'd be kind of cool to make it like a level based one, and then be like
Mm.
add two AIs that work together to encircle the player.
Yeah, see, if you give them some kind of objective like that, where they're trying to attack you, like they're instead of just trying to survive, I'm sure it'll probably do that easy too.
Oh, for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, it is AI, so AIs know how AIs think.
But yeah, that's my game.
That's dope. I'm glad we had completely different ideas in mind,
You
or
did
else it
you
would have
did you
been
have?
weird.
I mean, that would be impressive if we both just picked the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Did you have go with any other ideas, or think of any other, or try any other ideas?
Originally, I wanted to make so kind of what we already had, what you already saw,
Yeah.
but I wanted to make like a roguelike story game. I wanted the AI to come up with its own story. So on online, I was searching things up. I'm like, I think we have some text-based RPG game design.
Okay,
So
that
online, I
seems pretty
found
cool.
some dude's story, and we pasted it on there. And the AI is like, "Hey, I'm gonna create a text-based RPG based on your guidelines because that's what the dude had made." And it was really cool. I'm like, okay, this is sick. Now make a game out of it.
Yeah.
Didn't do that too well. It got way too complicated, way too quickly. Except once I reviewed the code, I noticed that the AI was using commas instead of semicolons to end every single.
Prompt.
No, not the prompt. So whenever you're coding,
Each line. I know what you mean.
yeah, every line has to end. Well, it was using I think Java. Each line had to end with like a semicolon. That's how it knows to move to the next one. It was using a comma. I'm like, okay, let's see if I just give it what the error codes gave it.
Yeah.
If it will fix it. It didn't. I literally told it, I'm like, hey brother,
You told it how to code,
I
even though
told
you
it,
don't.
I'm
You don't
like,
like
it
know
looks like
how
you're
to code.
using the wrong character at the end of every line. Try thing instead. It's like, you're absolutely right. I need to use semicolons instead of commas for statement termination in JavaScript. And then it still did the same mistake, and I just gave up on it. I'm like, look, man,
Let's just go to a different.
you're obviously not.
You're fired.
Yeah, you're not cut out to be a coder. Just go home.
But I feel like this would have been a good idea if you give it some kind of, again, a simpler thing for it to start on, have a foundation of, and then slowly build it up more, like more detail or whatever changes you want to do to it. That's how it works best. Instead of giving it a super complicated prompt at first, it doesn't know what to focus on or what to do.
And then it makes too many assumptions.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Like if you start off very simple, keep it simple.
Yep.
And then you build up on it with like the actual specific details.
The mic didn't pick it up, bro.
You couldn't hear me very well. With the actual specific details of what matters to you.
Yeah.
And it's a lot to learn.
Yeah. Vote in the comments who you think deserves a hug from the other person.
Please tell me it's me.
Yeah.
On Instagram, we'll also put up a poll. And on that poll, you will be able to vote for either of us, or you can directly message us your game and tell us why we're bad at what we do, even though we introduce you to it.
That would be cool to check out the fans' games. I'm sure they'll make it better. They have more creativity and just...
Yeah, I know for a fact 2 of you have already tried this because we've already talked about it, even though we just now think that they're like, hey, I actually used that artifact prompt. I'm like, you already watched the episode? So an unnamed human being, he is making a survival game where you're a dude in a maze with a sword, and it's first person.
Wow.
I don't know how he got the AI to make a very realistic, not very realistic, but like it looks realistic like a sword.
Yeah.
And he swings it. I'm like, how did you manage that?
That's pretty cool.
Like,
did that take him time?
I didn't ask how long it took. I probably should have.
Yeah.
I was too surprised. I'm like, how'd you get it to make a sword? But yeah, it looks like you can get like really far with just using AI as your coding.
Yeah. We should probably like put. I kind of liked your first version a little better. It was 2D, but there was like there was more stuff happening. Yeah. The obstacles, enemies got harder. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm sure if you work on this like similar things on the 3D version, where it's like it made it 3D, but it almost went back to step 1, just on a different level. Now it's 3D, but it needs to like
maybe like compress the map, because it feels a little too boring, like too easy. Also, when I was playing my version, I was never able to escape out of the first level on the 3D version.
In the 3D version,
I can't find the elevator.
I wonder on the 2D version where you can actually escape and go to the next level. How many levels? Like,
we could check the code and find out.
Oh,
or maybe it's infinite and it's randomly generated.
I mean, that would be pretty cool.
And it's like an iterative process that just adds one more character enemy, one more obstacle.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone with an actual coding brain can check that out. See, that's where the difference comes in.
Yeah.
It's like if you have expertise in this field, you can go into the specifics and improve exactly what you want.
Yeah, if you know how to code, you understand the language, and you could work with the AI instead of us just purely depending on the AI and just keep writing text better, more better.
Work harder. That actually takes us perfectly into our first topic then.
That's exciting.
Let me stop this recording so we can get a shorter clips. So, Anthropic, super cool dudes, the inventors of Claude, or the company that owns Claude, has released their economic index. There has this thing called the Anthropic Economic Index, and so it gives you insights from what people are using these AIs for.
Oh, okay.
And there's a cute little news article. I guess let me restart the recording. There's a cute little news article, and it tells you. So these are the brief results. So people are using it more for coding and education, science, and like healthcare applications.
That's amazing.
Yeah, instead of what we saw last time, which is people are asking it dumb questions. And the only people
like us.
Yeah. And people are actually using it, using the extended thinking, the newer thing that they added with 3.7, so the deep learning.
Or it takes a minute, or depending on how long.
When it like thinks through it, goes back, double checks its ideas.
Instead of shooting out an answer immediately.
Yeah. So they're using that more for like computer scientists, researchers, video game designers, animators.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're using AI on animations, but that's really cool.
That's interesting.
So they're using this deeper learning one because it's actually able to like be helpful in those harder fields. As we actually just saw, when you get into like the 3D versions, also all of our second version games, we bought the higher version of Claude for you.
Yeah.
So we can show you the better version, so we don't just sit here and look stupid for 25 minutes.
When it says you're out of
you
can't
texts. But yeah, they're using this extended thinking to go into more detail. So stuff where like when you're actually programming, you're gonna have to go back and fix errors over and over again.
Yeah.
Claude does that for you to a degree,
Yeah.
Like it goes back and it's like, oh,
before it spits out an answer, right?
Before it spits on, that's what it's thinking is. It's like, what should I actually do here?
Yeah.
And that's what the 3.7 Sonnet version is all coolly about.
Interesting.
And so let's bring up the first graph here because there's lots of talking. And
I
so
like graphs.
Here is a cute graph talking about the actual. I don't want to go into Discord to show this graph. But I have it downloaded on Discord so we can easier see it.
We can easier see it.
Yes. You guys will just see the graph. You know what?
What
is it? There it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this is a graph that shows the relative usage of people for AI in their specific fields. So computer and mathematical stuff is at a higher percentage of the usage compared to last time. So more people are using AI for things related to like computer engineering and mathematics.
Which makes sense. Who would be using it more?
Mm-hmm. Luckily, arts, design, entertainment, sports, and media, they're not using it as much.
Luckily?
Yeah, because why would our media and like our entertainment come from AI? That's the only thing human creativity is.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying for it to just solely be based on AI, but them using it as a tool.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm saying. Not fully making music or art like I am with AI.
That makes sense.
But it's like professions, right?
Yeah,
like
it's like professional level.
Occupation, like people that's their occupation in whatever field it is.
Yeah, so the actual experts of art, sports, design stuff. I understand what you mean. So I was trying to make 3D models a little while ago, and I wanted to make like a smiling mouse face. And I asked the AI to do that, and a few months ago, it was not very good at that. I think it was October-ish that I was asking this question.
It couldn't make a smiling mouse?
3D model of a mouse head.
Oh,
It did it. Super sloppy, looked disgusting, very bumpy skin.
Ugh, bumpy.
So I have very minimal 3D modeling design experience outside of like
shapes,
like specific like engineering like stuff.
Yeah.
Where like a box.
Yeah.
Or like a really fancy box.
Yeah.
So outside of that, I can't like faces and stuff are hard. So like actual smooth textures. And so starting from that and trying to fix it felt like so much harder than trying to start from scratch. And so what I ended up doing was starting from nothing and making my own oval shapes and stuff and just merging them together instead of taking the AIs and trying to make it smooth and look better.
Yeah, using it as a tool instead of, again, solely relying on it. Because when you solely relied on it, made a bumpy mouse.
I tried to. I don't think I was smart enough in artistic design to use it as a proper tool.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense now. Like when people are like, AI is going to take our jobs, robots are taking our jobs, they're your assistant. They are here to help.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. Just learn how to use. It's like when a computer was born.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what everyone thought.
Yeah, like because computers exist doesn't mean that you're gonna lose your job. If you learn how to use a computer, you'll be better.
You use it in your job.
Exactly.
Most likely.
You'll do your work better and you'll get further ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, I think it's a tool. Anyone that's scared of it, I'm like, my mindset's like, I think your grandkids might have to worry about that. Unless you have grandkids now, not like that. But like our grandkids might have to worry about that.
Maybe in
but
like
not us.
20 years.
Yeah, or something like that.
Hopefully I don't have grandkids in 20 years.
20 years? That might be worrying.
So a really cool thing, educational instruction in libraries have seen an increase in usage of AI.
I remember us talking about it, of them using AI to make curriculums or whatever it is that's more inclined to actually teach kids.
So yeah, they're seeing a use in these tools. Hopefully, designing art stuff, coming up with lectures like visuals, to help teach. Like, finally.
Yeah, I like the second section of library. What is a library doing with AI?
That's a good question.
Sorting?
I feel like something like that, right? Like, hey, I'm looking for a book that is this genre and is related to like Twilight or something.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah,
I love Twilight.
Of course you do. Gossip Girl all the way, though. I don't know if those are comparable, but so yeah. And then the next category is office and administrative support. I'm glad that's going down.
Really?
Because those are the people who are sorting your resumes using AI.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have a resume, but
I have one.
As a person who used a resume, it was like I never knew for a fact that like it was like sorted by AI. But there's lots of like people are like, oh yeah, HR uses like these recruiters use artificial intelligence to look through your resume so they don't have to.
We talked about this. It actually makes sense. We're just might exclude a ton of people that might be qualified.
Accidental racism, just because they don't fit the bill of like exact people they currently have hired.
Yeah, and it just deletes their resume from an actual person looking at it or getting an interview. I mean, yeah, that makes sense actually. I'm glad that's actually going down. I thought you meant like office work.
Oh, like making Excel sheets?
Yeah, stuff like that. I think AI could help with that.
They definitely could.
Yeah. Again, if these people, it would always be bad if these people are solely relying on it. I said this like 3 times now. Instead of actually using it as a tool to help you, assist you. If you're confused about something, again, go into AI for some assistance rather than Google or something like that. Most of it's AI actually. But still.
Yeah, even like right now, even when you Google search,
AI overview.
It's my favorite part of Google.
It is. It makes it so simpler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into Wikipedia, search for the specific section of it, And then finally, this section they have is life, physical, and social sciences. It's a little odd that the usage is so low. Because the only examples that we've seen of AI being used in those fields, like remember the protein folding AI?
Yeah.
Kind of made the whole field like insane. Like it just boosted us.
Pretty important in life.
Saving life.
Yeah.
And a lot of people I see that are using artificial intelligence, like Sonia, she's using artificial intelligence in her research.
Yeah.
And it seems like the prospect is huge.
Yeah.
But
potential?
Like the potential of like this usage is huge. So yeah, I really hope that number goes up too. But then this is kind of just a percentage of total usage.
Yeah.
And Anthropic is more of a niche code company compared to like OpenAI.
Yeah.
So we'll see if OpenAI wants to release this information for us.
They have a wider range of actual.
Yeah, they have like
statistics.
300 million users a week or something.
That's a lot.
It's a big number.
I think it makes sense why it's super low in this field. Not because it will not be useful, but I think it has to be on another level for it to be like trusted a lot in these quite life. Life is a little important, so it needs to be
It
a little
would be
more
nice to
accurate.
preserve.
Yeah, for it to not give these wonderful 10% accurate, 400% confidence out there.
It's a great point right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, because like if you're like solving math problems or making code, you can afford to lose a few $100,000. If you
Or
make
you
a
can fix, or yeah,
yeah, you can fix it easier.
yeah,
It's not as bad of a mess up. But like if you mess up in like healthcare and somebody
yeah.
casually
Give them this
dies,
medication. Trust me, I'm AI. Just like
you
not.
don't have a cancer. It's just back pain.
Put a bandage and you'll be good.
Yep. And then the next thing we're gonna look at from this what do you call this? From this article is the occupations with the highest use of the extended thinking itself.
Oh, okay. Instead of the
deeper,
normal one.
yeah,
Yeah.
instead of the normal one where it just like spits it out, it's the ones that like thinks it through.
Yeah.
And
Number
the top
one?
one makes the most sense, and I'm very like I feel like it's the most obvious one.
Yeah.
Like computer information and information research scientists.
Because research isn't something.
Yeah, you don't gloss over it and you know
Yeah,
it
yeah.
immediately.
Oh, okay, this is it. It has to go quite in depth in whatever is being researched. So that's good.
Mm-hmm. And then software development applications, as we just demonstrated.
We're developers.
We are definitely developing, and we're definitely soft aware. But yeah, so the top ones, it's all the nerdy stuff like computer engineering, computer science, and research in general. So
Yeah.
cool stuff, and it's the parts that make the most sense. And the one that stands out to me the most from this list was the multimedia artists and animators.
Ooh.
So they're using extended thinking for the drawings and animation.
Yeah, actually, that doesn't make sense. I was gonna be like, on an animation.
I think
Can AI even make animation? I mean, it makes
It can.
videos. It can actually.
um,
But how do you do deeper thinking on it
I think it's
before it animates it? Just really, or
really
before it
analyze
makes
what
a
it
video?
should look like.
Yeah,
So there is these AIs that
but I wouldn't think it would be that high up. Is that what you're saying? Like,
Yeah, that's what
it's
I'm
pretty
saying, like-
surprising that.
you tell me 7% of all the critical thinking is by these dudes. But so like the animators, like there's animations that AI can make, but it never makes sense. Like it rarely makes sense. You know how it's 10% accurate?
Yeah,
Animations are 10% of the time something that's close to making sense.
it's like a fever dream most of the time. The
Yeah.
video ones that it makes.
Like there was like 3D model animations. Whenever remember that, you know what?
Let's show
We're
it.
not remembering anything.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you guys a live example. We're gonna go to our.
Is it the wine?
No. I mean, I don't even. That's a good idea. We could.
I think that would be a good
content
example
generate
for
that.
it.
Where's Dolly?
Dolly,
No, not Dolly. Sorry,
Wally's cousin.
Sora. My man.
I'm so sorry. Is it making video or does it edit and change
Sora generates videos from scratch.
oh wow.
Okay, hold on.
I could have well I think that's next in it getting better because the images when AI was making was always weird and now as our game showed AI pictures are all realistic, sometimes more realistic than real life.
Too realistic.
Yeah, so I think next is the videos getting better of
Mhm.
it, just fully generated videos. And
I don't know
I don't
why
know what I'm
Sora
watching.
is down right. So this is a video I made just to make, not make fun of, but so we were having like a family dinner, and we had some guests over, and they were talking about like stuff they saw online, and they're like, "Oh, did you see this happen and that happen?" And they're like these things going on at this
Yeah.
place. I'm like, sure, I'm not saying you're dumb, but what would you think is crazy if you saw happening? And they were like, a zebra in Rodeo Drive. I'm like, okay, how about a zebra ridden by a mouse on Rodeo Drive? And they're like, that's never gonna happen. I'm like, okay, cool. Give me like
You won't believe what just got leaked.
And so I ran upstairs. I ran to my computer. I came to Sora. I'm like, Sora, make me a video of a mouse riding a zebra through Rodeo Drive and people staring at it like in surprise. And this is what it came up with.
There's a person in the back recording with his phone.
Yeah, dude. And everyone's like taking notice of the zebra thing. But if you look at it, every single person is wearing sunglasses somehow. And they're all walking in sync. And if you look at the shadow of the zebra has 8 feet. And every single foot is like multiple. So,
But in reality, at first glance, you don't notice
no
that.
one's going to analyze it as deeply as we are. They're going to be like, oh my goodness. Maybe if the mouse wasn't there.
Somehow the mouse is the zebra's like, oh yeah, Rodeo Drive. Maybe. Makes sense.
That's a weird looking mouse.
Yeah. But even like the muscles moving on the zebra. Like you see like the perforations and like whenever it steps, a little bit of a jiggle on the body. Like that is super realistic. Yeah, the shadow even it looks very realistic.
Mm-hmm.
And even at first glance, because it's not the focus, but the people in the back actually walking, I mean, they look realistic.
Yeah,
it makes sense about what you said.
Louis Vuitton in the back, but it's just LNV instead of LV.
They separated. 2 different companies. Like I see someone like recording with his phone in the back or something like that. This can fool a lot of people.
Yes.
This video that you made can
and this
fool a
was
ton of people.
in one go.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I sat there for like 30 minutes like, okay, refine this one so this doesn't look like that. It was like, hey, give me this, and this is exactly what it gave me.
Yeah. Even about the shadow thing. No one's noticing that unless you're like, I have to study this video I'm watching right now.
We're going to be stuck in like a time period where you have to look at everything in the greatest detail to see if they could be.
Is this real?
So this is just an example of like, this was before the newer model generation.
Oh, wow. So it got even better.
It definitely got even better. But for some reason, Sora is not coming up on ChatGPT's website.
I thought it said video generator or something.
Yeah, well, this is from Sora. But, let me bring the keyboard back.
Bring it back. What if you press on the top left link? Isn't this already on Sora.com?
This is Sora.com.
Yeah, so why don't you just...
This is what I'm saying. It's... When you click this, I don't think it takes you to Sora, does it? Oh, okay. I lied. But here's some great images that people made. And this is the stuff new art is born.
It made a reflection. That's pretty insane.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, ray tracing, thing of the future.
Wow.
Here's some incredible other photos and videos that it can create. And like all these look real, dude. Like, what even is this? This is very trippy.
I mean, the left guy. I mean, the guy is just a delivery driver.
Yes, if his
phone is backwards. Or that's like how old people take selfies. They switch it around. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just some more photos and some.
Look at that.
Look at that animation. But with the her hand is just steaming. Nice.
Don't judge it. It's the first try.
This is giving me nightmares already.
Yeah, that is weird and freaky.
Yeah,
that looks like a little stop motion type of
this thing
vibe. Yeah, like a short movie that they can make.
Pink Rhino.
Yep.
I feel like this would get so many like clicks on Facebook.
If you give it to AI and you just like put this in Glendale, and then like, did you see what happened in Glendale?
Did you see there was a pink rhino?
What is going on?
That's a very interesting.
It's matcha.
Images. Yeah.
I hate matcha.
Why? This is
I don't want to get into my hate of
human being.
Yeah. That's actually a real image of something.
This one is more comforting than. But see, this is another thing. This is another thing that would go viral on like Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
And they'd be like,
I found Bigfoot. He's actually chill. He's a chill guy. Yeah.
But yeah, so with these were like, I don't know, OpenAI released their new image generation thing.
Yeah.
Hold on, we just completely glossed over what we were talking about before. Don't look at this picture.
Oh.
One more thing.
One more chart.
About Anthropic's charts and beautiful newsletter thing. This shows automation versus augmentation by the occupational category of the users.
Interesting.
Which is did people ask AI to create something from scratch for them, or were they asking it to change what they had already made?
Yeah, to edit it in whatever kind of way.
So the little legend here shows
Validation.
So brown is validation, which is like, hey, is this
Do
right?
I look good in this picture?
Dude, that's sad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yellow is task iteration, so telling it to like do better.
Okay. Yeah.
Learning is asking it like, hey, what is AI? That would be a learning question.
Okay.
Feedback loop is like, hey, check my code and see if I did it right.
Okay.
And then directive is just telling it what to do, I guess, how to do stuff.
Yeah.
So if you look at here, healthcare practitioners, this one's a little concerning.
Yeah. What was pink again? That they're using most of?
56% of healthcare practitioners are asking AI to teach them.
Are you surprised?
I'm terrified.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised.
Like, I felt like they're Googling it before.
Yeah, and then those stats weren't there. Now there's AI, and so they're doing is asking AI. Dude, real quick, right before surgery, how do I do open heart surgery?
Imagine you walk in to your dentist appointment. The dude has ChatGPT open. He's like, what do teeth look like? It's like, what's wrong with you? What feels pain? And he's like, slight pain in rear tooth.
No, you don't have to do that. You can put a picture on ChatGPT actually.
This one's black. What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Why are more than half?
And then it tells you a fix, like take them all out for the pain to go away. And then you go back, it didn't it didn't work. He still feels pain.
Insane, man.
That is a big portion. What's the other one that's exactly the same percentage?
Oh, the bottom one is maintenance and repair, which that one makes sense. Like if
us, like how do
you set up a podcast system?
Yeah.
How do you stretch your back? I'm in pain.
Yeah, that's literally what you searched up.
You know?
Yeah,
that's exactly what I searched up.
Maintenance of my body. Yeah.
So these ones are really cool, and I feel like
that makes sense. That one doesn't make sense.
This
but
one
obvious.
is scary. Like, what are you people doing?
This one's just like cheating, bro. You know what they're doing.
I know.
I mean, actually, the thing is, they're not really cheating because this isn't like school. That's healthcare practitioners.
Yeah,
and they're using it. Oh, okay.
And your nurses.
Yeah. Well, cells related is interesting.
Which level is this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where,
I'm curious as to what they would be asking, Loki, or maybe like teach me about this product.
How do I manipulate this guy to buying this car?
Tell me how to win friends and influence people.
Well, I can imagine. I'm always using examples. It says salesman. Like if it's a car where I would instead of going to Google if a customer asks me something, I think I would rather go to ChatGPT real quick for this model. Verify? What's the fuel tank size? How many gallons does it hold, or something like that?
Yeah.
Where Googling it might take 1 or 2 to write the fine model, whatever it is.
Car and driver review article. Look at the bottom.
So I understand that. That makes sense.
Product specifications type of stuff.
Yeah. What else was interesting? The big orange in art design.
Task iteration.
Iteration. Making?
Make it better.
Oh, make it better.
Yeah. It's like, here's a task. Do it again.
Yeah. But I could... Oh, could it be editing? Or are you saying make... Or just like... Task iteration. Or like... Oh, you ask it to do something and then you ask it again? Is that what you're saying? Like,
I believe
make it better?
Like, here's a task. And it's like, oh, thank you. I have done your task. Let's go down to this thing. And... Sorry, keyboard.
It's okay.
Let's see if they have an information. They have a description of task iteration.
Yeah. What is iteration? So let's ask AI.
Yeah. It's actually not a bad idea.
I want to see the actual definition to understand what it is.
Learning interactions, Claude, Rise.
Hugging Face page.
Oh, Hugging Face is is a place where AIs are stored, essentially. It's really cute.
Hugging Face page is where AIs are stored?
Hugging Face is it's a nerd website. It's like the GitHub for AI, it looks like.
Interesting.
It's an AI community building the future.
I just learned what GitHub was.
What's GitHub?
Code.
Ah.
Coding stuff.
Yeah. GitHub is is the Wikipedia
Yeah.
for coding. But the cool thing about Hugging Face is it's dedicated to AI, and it's like everyone can throw their stuff in there, just like GitHub. And like you create your account, and so like people are like, oh, this guy's reliable. He's been doing this for 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Task associated with copywriters and editors. Okay, where the user iterates on various writing and editing tasks with the model. So just redoes it?
Yeah, edits or
like
revises,
kind of
yeah, stuff like that. I could see that in a basic form, like if you just a picture of that you take, you could say like make the lighting better or whatever it is, or
well, that would be directing.
Really? Because this says editing tasks with the model.
Yeah,
where the user iterates on very. Oh, okay. And the user tells it to change. And tells the AI to change something that it's doing.
Yeah, so it's not taking what you've done already.
Yeah. What it's
like,
done.
Do this with this.
With what you've made. It's like different versions of the game we made, where we just kept iterating.
Yeah, we were directing. I mean, actually, touch. I mean, like, it's a little bit of both. It's hard to tell what is which.
This whole episode, we're going to be stuck on what the hell iterating means.
You're a good point. Moving on. But yeah, from here, another thing to note here would be art design and sports and stuff, and their medicine people, task iteration. They gave it something, and they're like, hey, could you check this, change this, blah, 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 blah. And then protective services, which I'm a little confused as to what those are.
Is a lot of directive.
Yeah, they're the ones who tell AI to do stuff the most. So they are lazy, apparently.
Yeah.
And at the bottom here, I should have mentioned this in the beginning, but the more on the right stuff is automation. So telling the AI to do it without us like working on it.
Yeah.
And the stuff on the left is like changing what I've already made.
Yeah. I'm not understanding what kind of field protective services. Security? Cybersecurity even?
You know what? We're here on an episode of AI Claude.
And we're not abusing it as we should be. Back at it, Taco. That's how AI sounds in my head.
Child protective services? Adult
Okay.
Protective services?
Interesting.
The government agencies or programs designed to protect vulnerable individuals. Interesting. So I guess
they're
they're fully automating. Elon Musk was right. These people don't deserve a job.
I'm confused though. What are they like? There's like a lost child. Find him.
Yes. And then feedback loops only make sense for things that are what would you call that? For fields that are like kind of focused on, hey, I designed this, run it and see if it works.
Okay.
So like I was making
if it was a code, like if you made
like
a code.
I was making a code with AI, and I was like, hey, look at these images, extract this data from it. But I didn't like want to run through all files I had, so I gave it one file, and I was like, run this file and tell me what it'll give me. And it's like, oh, okay, I ran this, and here's what it gives. I'm like, can you do that for the rest of my files too?
Interesting.
So yeah, that's another little cutoff. So it seems like healthcare practitioners are at least not able to automate their jobs yet.
Not fully.
Only 25%.
It's a big percentage.
Yeah, but let's move on and stop this recording so we can get a nice crisp time for you guys.
Nice.
So next, OpenAI's image generator, as I mentioned before.
Yeah.
I don't know why I turned the recording off. We're gonna go right back to it anyway. I
kind of spoiled it. It's with the wine. We're gonna be talking about some wine.
Yeah, we're talking about some wine. So back like 5 months ago, when it was super popular to use DALL-E, people discovered that DALL-E is unable to make a photo of a completely full glass of wine.
I think I saw this too. Some kind of YouTube short or whatever it is. I think it's a funny concept of it. It could literally make the most craziest things, the most realistic things. It's a realistic glass.
It looks beautiful.
The reflections, but it can't fill it up.
Correct.
Maybe it just drinks in moderation. That's why it doesn't want to like.
Because every time he fills it just takes a sip
Yeah.
before taking it.
Before taking a picture of it.
So the basic like understanding of people was like, it can't do this because if you look online, people don't fill it like. Could you imagine drinking a full glass of wine
Yeah.
and filling it up to the brim doesn't make sense? Filling up anything to the brim does not make sense.
Yeah. So it just doesn't have any data to go off of what to
Yeah, there's not
make
much for
it
it to
from.
understand. It's like a full glass. This is a full glass of wine.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah. And so there was like a Reddit chain. It's like your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to get any AI to generate an image of a glass of wine that's full to the brim. And some of the photos that people, the AI came up with is beautiful.
That looks like a Jello, like plopped on top of a wine
Like
glass.
it's mentally unable to fill this section sometimes. And there was some that were even cooler, overflowing,
but
very pretty.
But it's getting out from like the walls don't exist. That's creative, honestly. That looks pretty
It's
sick.
honestly a very beautiful, surreal photo.
Yeah.
However, it is not what you asked the AI for. One of my favorites is this one. It's like a little mushroom cloud of Coke. For some reason, the wine has bubbles in it, like it's carbonated.
Is it overflowing? Yes. Is it to the brim? Yes.
Technically, the brim is flowing. And then this somebody apparently got it. But now we're going to do our own test.
Oh.
So the image generator currently on OpenAI is Dolly, version 1. So here is a request we gave to Dolly. Literally, I don't know if it has a timestamp, but it was like literally right before we started. I'm like,
may I read it?
Yeah, give it.
Yeah, give me a gas of wine fully to the brim. Brim. I would see why I would be confused though. If everyone's spelling like this and putting it, AI would be confused.
But what did it respond with?
Thanks, your image is coming up. A glass of wine filled right to the brim. AI knows you better than you.
Yes, it does. I use it too much. Except for the fact where it doesn't give me what it asked for.
Maybe it doesn't know what a brim is.
True. But this is a beautiful photo. Like
the shadow on the wood grain, even the focus right there where the wine is, that part is focused, right? And then right behind it, it becomes even on the wood of the table. Crispy. Yeah. So it's a realistic image. But not full.
Yeah, here's like full. It's just straight up lying to me. Like, I'm not going to lie.
I mean, we know AI can do it.
It hallucinates and it does it on purpose sometimes.
We know AI can lie. We figured that out.
And then, so the newest, coolest thing.
Wait.
3D. What?
There's no happy ending? You didn't get one?
Happy ending. I
was waiting to see one that you made.
So, and then recently, like 4 days ago now, OpenAI announced their DALL-E 2 thing, their new set of image generation tools.
Okay.
And this is unique because it kind of redoes. Let's remake it so that you can see.
Yeah.
So same exact question.
Same exact horrible spelling.
Kind of. I spelled glass right this time.
Oh, okay.
So this new image generation software is apparently like really taxing on their servers because everybody's using it to make like
wine glasses.
Yeah. Just like random photos and making it like Studio Ghibli level production. Studio Ghibli is like an animation team.
Yeah.
Sorry, there you go. There's your full glass of wine.
There
Even if it looks wrong and incorrect in every way, it can finally do it. No, I just mean it looks wrong to have a glass of wine flat full. I feel like I'm going to spill it on myself and stain my shirt.
I mean, you know what happened? The team at OpenAI, like, they don't know how to code it. Yeah, they kept posting it like on Instagram or Google, whatever it is. Just so AI has the data. By the way, I like the little animation. Like how it's made.
That's actually how it generates the photos. Like if we ask it for something a little harder. So
a full glass of wine on top of the pyramid of Gaza. Giza, not Gaza.
Style. Please don't judge me on my spelling.
At least you're fixing it this time instead of just...
Very stupidly could they spell image of someone drinking this.
Perfect. Please press send.
At the top of the pyramid
Mid of Giza. Not Gaza. I don't think they have pyramids.
Is that Giza?
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, so their newer image generation software, it's smarter, and what it does is it creates the
Yeah, cool.
it creates the image from a so it has a different like way of approaching it. So instead of trying to like regenerate it,
Yeah.
it just kind of bases it off of it. I don't fully understand it. I just watched their video of them showing it off, and it's really cute.
Interesting.
And they made a little meme called like "Feel the AI," and the dudes just took like a selfie, and then told it to turn it into an anime photo, which I thought was really cute. That's actually what I had sent you before.
Yeah, yeah. It
It
looked interesting. Kind of scary. Some parts of it.
Once we get this video, this image, we'll show them
Look at it.
the change.
It looks like an old school TV where they would load from the top down.
That's a depressing as TV. So,
Look at that.
fun little fact is that Sam Altman, the CEO or owner or whatever of OpenAI, he tweeted out, he's like, "Hey guys, we love that you're using the tool, but due to the number of people asking us to make stuff that is in this art style, the Studio Ghibli art style, which like
This is a nice art style.
it is really pretty. The actual team that makes this is a Japanese studio. They are very
Go on.
interesting pyramid. I guess misspelling geese.
Oh yeah. Jeez.
This is better than I could have ever imagined.
Hey, it made it so. It is a nice art style. I don't know this art style, but this looks adorable. And I don't think he's old enough to drink wine. But anyways, go on.
No. But yeah, so these guys, they spent like a year generating a 4-second like animation, but it was like the best thing you've ever seen. I personally have not seen it, but that's what people tell me.
Oh, okay. It's funny that you're even saying they haven't seen it.
Everyone just like
Why?
glazes this art style.
Just why that 4-second?
So it just took them a really long.
Look, it's a pyramid. Oh, one of them's missing a head. Oh.
See, when we started making fun of it, at least this guy's got a better place to stand now.
It's a flatter surface.
I gotta give this one a thumbs up. Hold on. Thank you. Yeah, so people are using it so much, and this specific design style. Apparently, this takes a lot of power. But he tweeted as like, "Hey guys, love that you're using our stuff. Slow it down, please. You're melting our GPUs." I was like, "There's no way."
There's that many people that love this art style. I mean, I guess I kind of like it now too.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Like this is
What is
my searches? Don't worry about that. So this is the original photo we gave it. This is me and Ralph. I had a BMW racing event. Super pretty.
Super cool.
Super cool. It's a whole lineup of M8s right there.
M4s.
M4s right there. M8s behind my headline. I asked it to make it the Rainbow Six Siege art style. Looking beautiful. A little creepy.
Looked pretty sick, yeah.
Now let's see if we could do it in that Studio Ghibli art style.
But do you have to put our picture first, or is he going to make it off this picture?
The original picture.
Okay.
Well, it actually depends on how you word your thing. And you could say, like, iterate off of this image to make an image that looks like it's made by Studio Ghibli. But, also, unlike the other AIs where, like, it can't make stuff with, like, other people's logos, for some reason now they're like, sure, bro.
Slap it on. We don't care.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of annoying when you try to make something and it just makes a BMW logo and it just like
it's like Mercedes turn somehow. And this one, when we were creating like the original images before, this one can actually type like letters look like letters. They're clean, crisp, beautiful.
Yeah.
Like you'll see on your shirt soon because I believe your shirt has a
BMW Motorsport.
Yeah. Like here's an image right here. Right here, Motorsport, clean. Yeah. I know you and I can't see it because it's like really small, but
I see it. You can.
I can't see it. I have my glasses on and I can't see it.
It makes it worse.
But yeah, so this thing, it takes forever to make, but it makes really nice stuff.
What do you mean forever? You mean like 30 seconds?
Yeah, like I don't want to sit here and wait
forever. I want it like this. Look at that hair.
Yeah, I already like the way this is going.
I want to see your face.
It turned them into like old 3 series. I like my glasses. I think that's the next level of glasses. You're an old man. This.
Oh my,
dude,
you have braces, and I'm an Arab car salesman. That's what this is, bro. I mean, like motorsport. That's
bigger.
on there. No, it's not motorsport.
It's motorsport.
No, there's it's motorsport. I mean,
it's
that's
in line
something.
with the picture, you know.
Even got the words on the M3 in the
yeah.
back, right? Performance something.
The only problem I have is that it for some reason changed the orientation of the cars and turned them into 2 series instead of
228s.
But hey,
bro, it's pretty cool.
This is beautiful.
Yeah,
this is gonna be our Instagram photo from now on. Gotta drop that into the chat. But yeah, this is the great stuff that they can come up with, and this is something I recommend you try because it's free for everyone.
Yeah.
They're going to implement something that is 3 pictures max per free user. I think that's like daily.
Trying to make you pay.
Yeah, but hurry up.
Spam it out.
Spam it out now. Melt all their
Yeah,
GPUs.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, this is like I really like this direction because now you can come up with anything. There's people. Wow, that's small. There's people who are giving sketches of like a video editor, right? Like you need a thumbnail. I'll throw up the Instagram examples.
Bang.
You need a thumbnail for your video. Your video does not need an editor anymore. As long as you can draw a rough sketch. Like let's say we take a picture of us here.
Yeah.
And then on it, I'll like write with a pen and paper, like put a smiling donkey in the middle here, put an example of like a box, and you can give it like specific like directions,
locations,
and it'll make it really cute. And you'll see it here, as we already mentioned.
Yeah.
You'll see like it goes from this, where it is just like the image.
Yeah. There you go.
It goes from this image with like someone drawing like a box and like or like a shopping bag with a dollar sign and like all their like stock trade earnings up here. And then the AI will take that rough sketch, turn it into some good quality thumbnails.
That's pretty cool.
And I'm sure soon, once this level of image generation, like this newer, smarter version, goes into Sora, which is I think why Sora looks like it's down for me right now.
Yeah,
because
they're updating it.
Yeah, I feel like they're updating it now, or maybe they had it on Sora and then it burned down like half their server room
because everyone ghibli.
Yeah. I really like this one. I feel like there's
a fun style.
So many more cool things that are going to be created for it.
Yeah,
and this is again. Technically, it's like kind of stealing jobs, but it's not stealing jobs. It is improving the abilities of the regular person.
When is it, bro? We don't have to worry about the stealing jobs. Watch like in a week, like steals everyone's jobs.
But like, what's the problem with it stealing jobs? Why do you want to work?
Yeah, seriously, live life.
Do stuff for fun, dude.
Yeah, pills. Forget about that.
Free stuff for everyone if no one has to work. Interestingly enough, our next what were we saying? Sorry.
No, go ahead. Just thinking.
Our next topic is about good old Elon, man.
Elon.
One of my favorite people to talk about. With the, you know how Gork, your least favorite AI,
yes,
is on XAI.
Yep.
That's a separate company. It's worth like $80 billion.
Pocket change.
Twitter, also, or formerly known as Twitter, currently known as X. It's a $46 million company, I think they said, or 45 billion for both of those, by the way.
Yeah.
I think I said million by accident. It's a $45 billion company. Elon Musk's XAI is buying Elon Musk's X. Don't understand what that means. But the plan is, it seems like, to give Gork more stuff to make it more human.
More data.
Yeah,
more
data
information. Interesting.
So I don't know what that merger really means for any of us, but
on our daily lives.
Yeah,
he doesn't own both.
He does own both. But now XAI owns X. XAI is
I'm
purchasing
confused.
X.
I thought XAI, it was just the AI
A
from
part
X
of X, right? But it's a different company.
that he doesn't own.
He does own. He owns both.
So he's buying from himself.
I have no idea how any of this works.
I'm gonna buy my own.
Business majors.
I'm gonna sell cars to myself and make commission.
I think he loses money on that one. But yeah, he bought it for $33 billion.
I'm confused.
But there was also $12 billion worth of debt in the company. So they bought the debt and the company. So $45 billion.
Nice. Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was just interesting for you guys to know. Speaking of interesting.
Yeah.
I
wonder how much it will improve their AI. Gork
is actually apparently like the most human sounding of the AIs.
Interesting.
And remember we talked about like you can have it be like a madman.
Yeah.
Or like unlicensed psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever.
Yeah, love those.
And so it has a lot of other human,
Character models.
X is entirely just people talking.
Yeah.
So it's all human input. It's not like someone writing a news article like to be formal. It's like humans being humans.
You got a lot of data on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So apparently Gork is the most humanly AI to talk to.
Yeah. And it's gonna get even better because he bought himself.
More stuff. Yeah, he somehow bought it, even though he already owned it.
I've never tested out with that.
What?
Oh, because Twitter X is the most confusing thing in the world for me. I don't know if I'm an old man.
Gramps.
Yeah. I don't know how to use it.
Now you know who runs our Twitter.
Yeah. But I wonder.
X, sorry.
But I wonder how it sounds. So can it do the same things as the other AIs? It just sounds better. Like that's the thing of it.
I don't really understand. It did a really good job explaining like random topics to me.
You were talking to it.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I was like, so I was curious about what it could do. Like, why is Gork that cool? Because I've only used it for coding before. That's generally what I use AIs for. Because I feel like everything else is like I could take care of it myself. Also, please don't like outsource your brain to an AI. It will shrink.
How do you do it?
Well, like instead of thinking critically about stuff, just ask it on the first try.
Deeper thinking, or use the
use your deeper learning. You know?
That's so much energy.
Exactly.
Extended thinking. Click, turn off instantly.
For 5 seconds, and then as soon as it turns back on, you just read.
Read your thoughts.
Yeah, that's how we get to like Wall-E levels of humanity.
Hey, Wall-E was a great guy.
It was a great movie.
Yeah.
He seemed like the cutest little robot.
Yeah.
But he was AI at the end of the day. So
And he was the last one.
on Earth.
How does that work? He was the last AI.
He was the guy picking up trash.
Yeah, why was he the last one?
He was not the last one.
He was the last one. There's no
The
more.
ship piloting the pilot of the ship was also AI.
Yeah, the ship was not on Earth though.
Oh, you mean on Earth?
Yeah.
I mean, he was just a trash.
How was he the
collector.
only AI that existed?
I mean,
He got so advanced, they became so human-like that just like humans, they destroyed himself.
easy. Well, I think the premise super important for you all to be listening.
This is about AI.
The premise of Wall-E was that humanity had outgrown Earth and turned it into a trash dump.
Yeah.
And so they were like sailing off. Yo, Wall-E's the most dystopian of the future.
Yeah, of course. It's horrible. And then what happens to humans?
There was like 1,000 humans on that ship.
Yeah. And then
All of them.
what do they become? Because they have nothing, like,
They're
they don't have to
fat
use their
dogs.
brains or their bodies.
I think my favorite thing in Wall-E was the fat kids.
Yeah. They're
Porn
the cutest.
instantly diabetic. But yeah.
Wall-E was predicting the future,
I
realistically.
mean, a lot of things were.
And they're just
Well, I
putting
feel
cute music and stuff like that to hide it.
Disney's actually just letting you guys know. Like, when it happens, don't
Right.
worry. We already told you. And it's cute. Look at the robots. They're little pretty guys. I'm sure they make love. Dude.
They make love.
Yeah,
That's how they
like,
reproduce. That's how a new AI is made.
Yeah, so technically, Wall-E was a theory of mind AI.
A theory of mind.
Because it was able to experience love and sadness.
Oh, it can feel emotions.
Yeah. So he was AGI.
The highest level was Wall-E. Wall-E himself is stronger than Ultron.
He definitely is smarter. Eva?
Eva. Yeah.
Yeah, Eva was... Why do we remember all this? It was a good movie. That's how you know.
I probably haven't seen it in years.
I literally saw it once. But Eve would definitely be Ultron level. She was
Yeah,
probably an ASI.
but it
Like
seemed like she had
artificial
less
super.
emotions, or she was just realizing it.
I mean, she was supposed to be like a drone,
Yeah,
a security drone.
well, that's why.
Yeah.
But
But
why
then
would
she would develop emotions.
yeah? Why would Wally have emotions?
Because he was picking up trash and, you know, enjoying his time with
Yeah.
his little jukebox, his little strainer. But thank you for listening to that TED Talk.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to one of my favorite applications for AI. Quick little
Ghibli.
backstory.
Oh, sorry.
Lamborghini. So Monday,
Yeah.
I got my car detailed
Wonderful.
because the weather app said no rain for the next 10 days. What happened on Tuesday? It rained, bro.
Yeah.
You guys, they couldn't predict 24 hours in the future.
That's crazy. You know, I was randomly thinking, it was probably like a week or 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, I wonder how many times the weather app gets the weather wrong.
It seems
And
like
then,
every time.
Yeah.
But those are made by supercomputers. The current weather apps we have, predictions are by meteorologists, supercomputers.
Isn't that reliable?
Is it reliable?
I don't know.
Doesn't look like it's reliable. But there is this really cute team of university people at Cambridge.
Yeah.
They have this wonderful model called Aardvark, which is an AI model that is set to predict the weather. It is way less data intensive than a supercomputer would be. And
Wouldn't that make it less accurate? If it doesn't have as much data.
You know, it's not about...
Or start relying on it.
It's not about the size. It's about the motion of the ocean. Therefore, Aardvark is able to predict, to deliver very accurate forecasts. And it's doing it rapidly using like standard like computer resources.
Proven? Like it's tested? It's out now?
Yeah, it's a Cambridge study. Like they're actually doing it.
Is there a website? Can we check it out?
Yeah, let me see if my link still works.
Aardvark. See? Cool name.
It is.
That's him. This guy.
Yeah, I think this was just this. Here, let me restart the recording. All right, here's the news article from Earth.com, Nature, Science, and Life. I'm pretty sure this is not related at all, but you'd have to be in space to look at the Earth.
Stock AI image.
Literally. Or you think this was Dolly generated?
Most like, is that like a tornado?
Yeah, it's a hurricane.
Just low key on the bottom left side of the screen.
It's just
natural
to let
disaster.
you know.
Yeah.
They're like,
we'll predict it.
Hold on, this is really aesthetic photo.
Yeah.
It's apparently tens of times faster than current methods and only requires a fraction of the computing power, as I mentioned before.
Wow.
And it was developed by scientists at a university. So please bring back funding to scientists at universities. They're the only ones doing it.
No, they're useless.
And they were getting supports from the Alan Turing Institute, which we learned from the episode with Sonia that he was the father of artificial intelligence, apparently. Unless we're remembering it wrong. My drawers are all mixed up.
Yeah, it was his offspring.
Yeah. Along with some Microsoft people, apparently. We don't give credit to European people, sorry.
We're kidding our European fans. We know you're out there.
We have some.
Yeah.
They can speak English too?
Mm-hmm.
I thought English was made in
Translated.
Funnily enough, our YouTube videos actually have subtitles that are auto-generated.
Where are they?
I think like down here on the table. They're auto-generated, and the YouTube YouTube and Instagram and stuff are able to auto-generate it to a different language.
Wow,
yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
I don't know if they have like all the languages ever.
Yeah,
but they're able to translate
some of the main
Armenian
ones.
and Russian.
Huh?
They're able to translate Armenian and Russian into English subtitles.
Interesting.
I think Spanish was definitely one that I saw as well.
I think that's a popular language.
Spanish is some people use it. Yeah, there's no real cute pictures because Earth.com is a scientist person. I don't know why this is the same ad. Yeah, their next step is to build with the Alan Turing test and like expand its use. And I'm really excited to hopefully one day get accurate weather reports.
Yeah, if Apple uses their thing, like their
Their money.
their AI or
Apple
whatever it
doesn't
is, if they make an app or something like that,
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about like generic use. I'm sure there's more important uses, but like for us to use their forecast reports for it to be
Mhm.
more accurate.
Yeah, like get a little teamwork going.
So you know when to detail your car.
Yeah.
That's the most important part.
I waited for so long because I was like,
Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it?
like for like all of February, I was like, there's no need. It's gonna be raining on and off.
And it
It's
didn't
fine.
rain.
It
It was
didn't
very
rain.
hot.
Yep.
And then
And then literally it was hot for the whole week. It said it's gonna be sunny, maybe cloudy in a couple of days. The sunny day it rains.
wonderful.
I feel like
It's the car wash companies that are planning this.
it is.
They go and put wrong information so you come get a car wash, and then it rains and you get another car wash.
They
after.
just do it every single day, and they're just waiting for you to get a car wash. Then it rains.
Yeah.
So
It's-
if you ever need water, the rain go away dance never works anymore.
You tried it?
The rain
How many
dance
times did you do it that day? Please stop! I just washed my car.
literally. But yeah, this is something to look forward to AI wise. Aardvark predicting the future of weather technologies.
Wow, I'm excited to see it, and I'm sure it could potentially even save you from natural disasters.
Hmm.
You know, disasters, stuff like hurricanes.
Oh, like
and
predicted sooner?
tsunamis. Yeah, they could evacuate instead of having 30 seconds to run. They have a couple hours to
Yeah,
evacuate.
right. That would definitely be helpful.
Yeah.
I feel like most people are gonna get that notification and be like, AI is only right 11% of the time.
I don't
I'm not
believe
moving."
it. Oh, that's that's a 40 feet wall of water.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think that is all we had today for news updates.
Mm.
Ooh, sorry, I
Ooh,
lied.
don't be a liar. AI is a
My
liar.
pants is on fire. Mr. Tesla Boy. Remember those really
Elon.
cool robots that he had?
Yep.
They were like showing off to people, and they were like, and people realized that's not actually AI. That's just someone behind it talking in place of the robot, but it was a real robot.
Really? I didn't know that.
Ah, there you go. The more you learn.
Yeah.
So that little show off thing where
Yeah.
like they had like robots you can talk to.
I saw those, yeah.
Yeah, it was similar to Amazon's the Whole Foods scanning things where
Yep.
like you could shop just with like your phone.
Sick.
Again, they realized not really artificial intelligence or all computers. It was just a group of Indian people in an office somewhere tracking every person at that store. That's why it wasn't implemented to everywhere all at once.
What
It
do
was
you
because it
mean,
wasn't
bro?
really AI.
Is that true?
That's 100% true. That's why it doesn't exist in those stores anymore.
What do you mean? The
Like there.
Amazon Fresh?
No,
Like a
that
physical
exists.
store.
But do you know that shopping cart when you put it in, it
Yeah.
like scans stuff?
It was cool.
I'm
I
not
was
talking about that
spamming
one.
it and I was breaking it.
I mean, there was a Whole Foods. There were a few Whole Foods. They're like super robotic Whole Foods. It's super cool. They had cameras and sensors above everything, and they would scan everything. Like for when like you were getting meat, they would scan it, then give it to you. And that was supposed to be like a store that had no workers and stuff, and you just put it on. You go to checkout, and once you like, as soon as you're walking out, it automatically charges you because you scan in with your like Amazon Prime code.
Interesting. And then your card's declined. And you'll leave.
And then they're never gonna know. But yeah, they canceled those stores because they're like people found out that like they weren't actually AI, they weren't autonomous stores. It was just like a group of human beings somewhere on another side of the world.
With super high def cameras, just watching.
1080p's fine too. They know exactly what everywhere is placed.
I mean, that's kind of wild.
Yeah.
And then you're saying what the robots were also something similar?
Yeah, so the Tesla robots had a similar issue where they were like, "This is AI," and then because like they were talking back to people. And
Yeah, I saw that with hands. They're like
yeah,
matching their hand movements.
people determined, or not people determined, but apparently those were also not real artificial intelligence.
So what were they?
They were robots controlled by people.
Were they Indian?
They were speaking English.
Okay. Indians do speak English, you know? But
I mean, it's I'm not to be mean.
Okay.
Most people have a very intense accent that's easy to understand.
but was it people speaking straight through it, or was it like them writing text to reply and then it was replying in the AI voice? AI voice.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't.
But that's interesting.
don't
So
know
it
that.
just was not at all AI.
Well,
but why not?
I'm sure
there is AI like that. Why would he not
But
use
this
it?
was like a year ago.
Oh.
Yeah. So now
He was pre-firing. He was like,
he was. It was
I know
just a
I'll
show
have
off
it.
thing. Yeah. Well, next year they're projected to make 12,000 units of that specific like robot that Tesla had. And
How much is each?
I don't know. There's no price tag yet. No leaks, sadly, about it either.
Makes sense.
Probably going to be like a car. Or, I mean, $20,000 a month
Wonder
for
if you
a
could lease
researcher
it.
level. Yeah.
Then like return it after a while.
You better clean that nicely, you know.
What are you doing?
Exactly. But yeah, so 12,000 units coming in 2026 apparently of that specific robot model. And they're supposed to have the Gork AI, super cool people, able to run through all the general specific tasks.
Interesting. And it can move, do stuff.
It's supposed to be a fully functioning little robot, dude. Have you
Wow.
seen those
I Am
videos?
Robot.
You are not
That's
a
movie.
robot.
The movie. But never mind.
Have you seen the Atlas robot that like picks stuff up and puts it around?
No.
We have computers.
But you can show me
I can.
because I allow you to.
Thank you. Tesla
Let's see if you spell everything right.
2026.
Put in the comments how many times Sokka has misspelled everything in this
Okay,
episode.
now let's turn on screen recording so that they can see exactly how badly I spell. 2026 robots. I think it's like 12,000 units or something.
Oh, look, there's a price.
Oh, I'm completely wrong. So their Optimus robot.
Optimus.
Have
Sick name.
super cool. A target of 50,000 units. So 10 legions, apparently.
What's a legion?
10,000 people or 5,000 people.
Yeah, 5.
Um,
Since when? When is that? When has that been a thing? 5,000 people is called a legion. Anyways,
Ask.
so it's more than you thought.
Yeah. Ask.
Okay, but
Show's getting really dry. Ask the Romans. Okay, now this is starting to get confusing because there's different sources from everybody. But the general idea is those Tesla robots we saw, they're starting mass production in 2025, and we're planning on getting at least 12,000 of them.
Yeah.
Because all these numbers are different. By 2026. So they're entering. Hey, there they are. These dudes. Wow, these images are small. But yeah, these robots are supposedly coming in 2026.
And they're gardeners.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they could do regular general tasks because they're trained on basically like simulations and actual virtual people like doing stuff. And then there's there's robots coming from. Sorry. There's robots coming from NVIDIA. Sorry, I took a long time.
That would be sick.
Yeah, so NVIDIA has been working on robotics for a while. Remember that beautiful little
Yeah.
step-by-step robot we were looking at?
He's low-key better.
NVIDIA's robots,
That's a Wally.
that is...
If they could make it
That's
exactly
R2D2.
like Wally, that would be sick.
Remember when
Different skins. Sorry, go on.
Remember when we said, like, oh, this looks like it's from Star Wars?
Yes.
That robot was designed in partnership with Disney, who owns Star Wars. So I'm
Okay,
something
so we were
tells me
right.
they were trying to go for
So we were right.
So NVIDIA's got their humanoid robots.
Humanoid.
And these guys are being trained with simulation data and real data so they could be more reliable and stuff. Where's our goods?
What do you think will cost more? NVIDIA, never mind.
The NVIDIA robots are the thing? Well, NVIDIA's robots, I'm trying to find the names, like GVT4 or something. Super cute sketches. NVIDIA's robots are actually...
Groot?
Huh?
Is that the name? NVIDIA Project Groot.
Oh, there you go. Isaac,
Okay.
there he is.
Isaac Groot.
Yeah.
Look at him.
GR00T.
Look at him working.
Yeah, so these robots are supposedly going to be able to do general tasks, like without being specifically trained on that specific like environment, basically. And the way they're trying to do that is because NVIDIA is the people who make graphics cards, right?
Yeah.
So their whole strong suit is being able to make versions of the same thing at the same time. Doesn't really have anything to do with what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
But what they're doing is they're taking a single video of like, let's say I'm making a process, a training video. If you look right there, it just told it to place the objects in the yellow bin. I don't know why they'd make it so trippy, but there you go. So this is all autonomously happening. And it wasn't shown a video of placing objects in a yellow bin. It just scanned its environment. It's like, oh, well, here's object. There's yellow bin. To move object, I have to grab it and move it. And what they're doing is that they are...
Oh. Okay.
This is someone pretending to be the robot for training purposes.
Are you sure? But it said teleoperated.
Yeah.
I think that might have been another use for it.
Well, so here's the thing. It's so Omniverse and their thing. These are all just the same video that guy just made. And what they do, let's go back. What they're doing is changing the background and stuff using their super cool NVIDIA graphics processing ideas to make the robot more capable of working in any environment.
I see.
So it doesn't matter where it is, it'll be able to do the same task. This is all autonomous, no human control.
Give the cup back. Oh, there's paper clips. Okay.
Yeah, in any
different colors.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Wash the dishes with you. So apparently, what Mr. Jensen was saying, he's the CEO. Oh, please don't drop that. That looks expensive.
It's a 40.
That is so sketchy. Oh, this is their model thing.
Yeah. The left one's fake. Not fake. But
this is the training simulation.
Yes.
Yeah. And so the cool thing about this is that instead of doing like one video, which took the guy like 30 seconds to do the whole motion, it now takes that 30 seconds and makes 600 versions of it and feeds that. Please don't play another video. And feeds that information over to the AI. Now it has 600 videos to learn from. So instead of 30 seconds, now you're at like...
It just multiplies it and it gets a ton more data to run, to think.
Now you have like 3 hours of training data.
How do I pick up this cup?
Now you have 3 hours of training. But the actual numbers of like what they're like scaling to is way higher than like 3 hours of training data.
Yeah.
So they're able to learn faster and cleaner using all this stuff.
Wow. Who do you think is gonna have better robots? Tesla?
That's like asking you to choose between your cousins, you know? I mean, sure, I could choose Jensen because he's cool.
Yeah.
But you can also choose Tesla because they're the guys who like throw their foreheads into a wall until the wall breaks.
Yeah.
And it's
great
like...
and great analogy. Can you scroll up for a second? A little more? To the video?
Mm-hmm.
Is that an actual video of the Tesla robots changing a tire on a Tesla?
New update. Elon Musk shocked. Let's see.
Kind of looked insane.
Okay. I love videos who have one image. I mean, I can't lie. Clickbait works.
I also... He's not changing it. Oh, he's on Mars.
This is real. Look his arms through the thing, man.
It's not...
They couldn't have used a better AI image generator.
They literally own it.
I think this is just a still frame.
Why aren't these all fake?
Yeah. I think NVIDIA's got the edge here. These are crazy looking robots.
Those are ugly. This is cool.
Yeah. So there's 10,000 of these at least coming in 2026. And I don't like this video anymore. This is sketchy.
AI made video.
But yeah, back to Isaac Groot. This Groot guy, I believe what they said is that he is going to be an open source robotics.
Oh.
Which means that anybody can have access to how he works. And anyone can improve upon it.
Or
what?
Do bad stuff?
I mean, you could make your robot do whatever you want. That's the cool thing about humanity.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, there you go. First open foundation model for generalized humanoid robot reasoning and skills. So that you can train this dude, as we just saw. Like, let's say me and you need a robot. We need a replacement for Garf. Because now we're doing it.
Yeah.
We can have a robot and train it to be like, hey, when I say start the recording, he'll hit like a button on the keyboard to start the recording. And like, let's say the next day I need him to do that again, but he's like slightly different positioning, and he hits a wrong button because he doesn't actually know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He just knows this is the motion for starting recording.
Yeah.
Well, if we give it a million different things of views of like, oh, you're just hitting this specific button, then now with these like these fake videos, like the training simulations, he'll be able to do it better.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to train our own robot for our own stuff instead of having like a generalized robot. Like instead of having ChatGPT, which is like good at pretty much everything. Not really, but he could do anything.
Generally.
Yeah.
Yep.
General pre-trained.
Yeah. Keep it simple.
So instead of having a ChatGPT, you have like a Dolly, which is specifically made for generating images. So you get to specialize your robot.
Yeah, like the different models. You'll be able to do that with your own robot, with your own Isaac.
Yeah. So Jensen thinks this is the next step of AI. So so robotics. So bringing AI into the physical world instead of just the digital.
Well, another step into the future, huh?
Yes, sir. Super exciting stuff coming up. Boom.
It'll be just like, you haven't seen the movie I Am Robot with Will Smith? They literally look exactly like that robot.
Oh.
Yeah. And that
I think I have.
But there's just robots like that help anyone that has a robot, like does normal household tasks or even goes and gets groceries, or they're like walking in there, and then one becomes sentient. That's the whole point of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, they look exactly like that.
One
and,
develops emotions. Is that the?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, like it had where like for an elderly, it was cleaning or whatever it is around the house or doing stuff.
That's what we're reaching. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But yeah.
Hopefully they can work at Starbucks so they can always make the coffee consistently.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully they cook it exactly for the right amount of time instead of getting burnt coffee every time.
Yeah, they cook coffee. Right?
Can
you guys cook my coffee better?
Dude, this is raw.
They look cool. Is there at least, can you Google like a price estimation or something like that?
That's a good question.
There has to be some kind of leak at least of what it's going to be around. Or someone with a brain thinking.
Tesla Optimus robot cost.
Costume?
That's hilarious. While
Less than I thought.
Price hasn't been released, Elon Musk has suggested it could be between 20 and 30,000.
Less than I thought.
He's looking for a production cost of $10,000 per unit. That's actually huge.
Making a robot for 10,000?
Yeah, that's really good.
Good profit margin.
I mean, have you heard?
I have.
Tesla is coming out with TVs.
No.
So there was mention of them. This is not AI related, just so you guys know.
Yeah, there's gonna be AI in there.
By the company making. Yeah, definitely will be. So their Tesla is going, because they have their screens. Their car's entire thing is just a screen on wheels, basically.
It's a good quality screen too.
Exactly.
Good refresh rate.
So
good quality.
What he's trying to do is bring the creation of very affordable screens to American production.
Oh.
And so they're going to be selling like my TV here. That's like 65 inches 4K for like $200.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
Just like cars.
Yeah. Makes it more affordable and like gives you the top level electronics that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Like I'm still going to be buying Sony electronics just because I like Sony a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of a fanboy, but it would be stupid not to be buying those kinds of screens, especially for someone that's like in college.
Yeah.
Like that's really helping the average human being.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool. I could imagine that they'll even improve it in many ways. Where, just like Tesla's, like
of TVs.
And Tesla's a lot of ways they improved it. Where people say it's made cheap, this, that, whatever, but it was the first car that actually just drove itself.
Yeah.
Fully autonomously.
It watches itself autonomously.
Yeah.
Imagine all the views.
Yeah. I just imagine like all it being used for. Like they bring out the TV and they're like super crazy AI on the TV and everyone's just like, what do I watch?
Yeah.
I don't know what to watch.
Hey, I'm bored. I just finished my first season of Solo Leveling. What do I watch next?
Yeah. Okay, just put Office.
But yeah, cool stuff is coming.
Yeah.
And I feel like it would be dumb not to follow companies like, obviously, if you don't know about NVIDIA, I'm very sorry.
They're a new company.
Join the podcast. please. I'll tell you more about them. I'm a huge fan.
Or they're talking about the CEO of NVIDIA join the podcast.
Jensen?
Yeah.
Ooh.
He'll be a good guest.
You know, he usually, apparently he hates talking on podcasts.
Well, we will
Like,
change it up.
Yeah.
We won't be a podcast and we won't talk.
He sits here, he does like basically a product review.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're coming up with lots of cool stuff. They actually have this thing called a Jensen, which is a Jetson.
Jetson.
You know the number pad on your keyboard? Like
Yes.
this little, like a calculator.
Okay.
Imagine a calculator, but it's a full computer that you can open, run your TV on and everything.
Okay.
It's really cool.
Why?
Well, it's for applications like, so my school, senior design, we had a plane. That plane needed to have target acquisition.
Okay.
You can't really run that on like a microchip or something.
Yeah.
You need like a legitimate computer with processing. So it has a GPU, a CPU, all in there.
Oh, interesting. So just like making it better and smaller.
Yeah, it's not really better. It's like it's very limited, but it is smaller and it's really powerful.
That's the first step of improving it when you can like start miniaturizing it and then
first you expand and you compress it.
Yeah, like the phones at first. Yeah, it was bricks, and now it's not bricks.
Now it's slim bricks.
Yeah,
glass bricks.
Some of them are really bricks.
Yeah,
like the iPhone Max is a brick.
It's maximally bricked.
And if you guys want to see the robots on our podcast, donate to the Patreon, and we'll get one soon. One of each.
One of each.
And we're not in the podcast. It's just them.
Okay, can I be the Isaac one? You want to be the Tesla or the Isaac one? I want to be the Isaac.
I'll be Optimus.
Okay, you could be Optimus Primus. Well, thank you for watching. Isaac and Optimus Primus. Yeah, what did we talk about today, Ralph? Well, let's wrap it up here.
We first compared our games. You got to put in the comments and vote. I don't know how you can vote, but you can put hashtag Raffle, hashtag Soccer, whoever you think had the best game. We also talked about the AI just matured and learned how to make a full glass of wine.
Able to come up with things without too many references.
Yeah. What else?
We talked about the trend of how people are actually using AI compared to how it was last time we were talking about it.
I'm glad doctors and nurses are using it a ton.
To learn.
Yes. I think that should have been done before. But, hey, at least they're learning, right?
The more you know.
Yeah.
We also talked about the implementation of AI in the weather. And hopefully how that will stop people from getting details. I mean, washing their car before the rain.
It's sad.
Then yeah.
And also robots.
Cool robots. And we'll see you all in the next episode where we will have a beautiful guest.
Oh. Is it me?
Mentally beautiful.
Oh, okay.
You are physically beautiful and mentally capable. He is physically good, mentally amazing.
So physically mid, you know.
He's a dude. It's hard to say dudes are really good looking. But yeah, I'm very excited about our next episode. I'm excited about every episode.
I am too.
Honest. It's really cool hanging out with my best friend and talking to people, and then like
thank you for having
building a community, and then
growing
dude,
and growing.
It's so cool. Like
it'll be amazing.
Yeah, seeing your guys' conversations on some of our content is like.
You just watch our show?
Yeah, not only do they watch it, but they're discussing the topics to each other. I'm like,
yeah. You guys actually care about what we say?
Yeah, right? But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all your support. And you should definitely check out this video right here.
This one right here.
This one. We actually did figure out last time. We talked to the CEOs of YouTube, as you mentioned.
And
they're now here.
We changed the coding.
Yeah. We changed the coding.
In YouTube.
And then if you click on my stomach, you can subscribe.
Oh. I subscribed, and you should too.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Thank you.